All right, guys, welcome back to another day of $100 million leads. We are so close to ending the paid ads section of $100 million leads. We're currently on part two, paid ads part two video training, with a few minutes left in the video. What did we learn about yesterday? What could we have learned about yesterday? Well, paid ads part two is the money stuff. LTGP to CAC. How do we improve LTGP to CAC? Okay, that would have been the day before. Okay, yeah, that would have been one of the first things. Is creativity is not the most important thing in ads, not at all. Efficiency is what matters. Right, how do we know if an ad's good? Because we just need to be good enough to scale. What are the tiers? We learned about the tiers of advertising or paid ads success. Tier 1 is you want to get to a minimum of 3-to-1 LTGP to CAC. Tier 2 is you want to be able to get match CAC or exceed. Yeah, no. Stage 2 is tier 2 is have gross profit in the first 30 days match CAC. And then tier 3 is to have gross profit greater than gross profit in the first 30 days greater than CAC. All right. That's what I remember. What else we got? Those tiers, yeah. The break even, cash flow positive. I don't know if we just didn't have very many notes yesterday. We had a lot more. My memory's just fried. Right. Okay, so client finance acquisition. Well, how do we actually do it? How do we actually do client finance acquisition if, gross profit isn't in the first 30 days not matching CAC or exceeding CAC? How do we match it? Upsells, baby, sell more things. What do you sell? More of what you just sold, better of what you just sold, different, new, and then more and better of those things as well. That's a way to get client finance acquisition up, by getting gross profit to match or exceed match or exceed match or exceed CAC in the first 30 days. What else am I forgetting? No need for outside funding, basically, if you're doing client finance acquisition. Okay. Yep. Okay, so two more things, basically. So the last section of paid ads part 2 is what we're in right now, and that's lessons that Hormozi has learned in his many years of experience in paid advertising. First thing he's learned is don't confuse a sales problem with an advertising problem, or vice versa. Don't confuse a advertising problem with a sales problem. Well, how do you know when you have one or the other? It's very simple, actually. Here's the filter. Do you have qualified people showing up to your sales call or sales consult? If yes, and you're not making sales, or you're not making enough sales, you have a sales problem. If no, you're not getting qualified people onto calls, into sales pitches, sales rooms. No? Okay, well then you have an advertising problem. But once you start getting qualified people into sales consults, you don't have an advertising problem, you have a sales problem. Cool? All right. So everything up to getting people into the door or onto the sales call, that's advertising and that's marketing. Then it transitions to sales once they show up to that sales consult, sales call. The second thing Hormozi's learned in his paid ads journey, your best organic content can also often become some of your best paid ads. So if you got organic content that converts really well, chances are that's going to be a good paid ad. Subsection of that little organic content stuff is UGC, user generated content, basically like reviews, recommendations, clients using your service or offer, like review, testimonials. These types of content can be systemized into a system where your business can reliably start to produce more and more of these without the direct input of, you, the CEO, or the, it can become almost an automated system. And if you can create an automated system where you're constantly getting more reviews, more testimonials, etc., those types of UGC from your clients, then you're going to have a constant stream of new organic content, which will then you'll find which of those UGCs are the best organic content, and then you can take those best performing organic contents and throw them into paid ads. And so that's where we are. Okay, that wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. Not too bad. Let's check out where we left off, okay? We are on 24 minutes out of 29 minutes. We have 5 minutes left. Wow, we should finish today. There's a good chance we finish this today. Well, it's been a fun ride. Paid ads section. This is episode 24, if I had to guess. Maybe 25. So here we are. 12 and a half hours later of studying Hormozi's paid ad models. Let's finish it out. Talk to you in a second. Hello. That is it. We've done it. We finished the final video. Yeah. Well, basically 2 things to note in the end here. The third lesson Hormozi referenced that he's learned in his paid ads journey is that don't say you suck at something. If you say you suck at something, you probably will. Self-fulfilling prophecy. So don't say you suck at something. Don't say you suck at ads. So you don't say you're not a techie person, etc. And then he gave the paid ads checklist, and basically I just wrote down he recommends 10 or 30 callouts on 10 different meat ads. So you get 300 ads total. 300 different ads. Can you believe that? Can you fucking believe that? That's 300 ads. The thing is, he said each with a micro budget, but I thought that there was a recommendation for a minimum number of dollars spent per ad per day. Okay, and then he also said money invested in learning paid ads through experimentation will likely be some of the highest ROI investment you can make, or you will make, you make in your life. You make in your life, assuming that you see it through and don't quit 6 inches from gold, in quotes. Okay. That's it. This will be a short day, but 6 minutes less than you, or only did 20 minutes basically today because we ended it. But going forward, I feel extremely clear on how to kill on meta ads. I will say that, with the ads library research. See, I've got these notes. So we go into the ads library research. Was there recommended? Look up 50 similar competitor ads that have been running for a month or longer. Basically transcribe them, and then put them into like call out, like put it in their, like in a spreadsheet, add call out, what, who, when framework, like the value section, and then a call to action, and then do that for 50 of them. Then make 10 based off of that, 10 meat sections, 30 call outs, and then reshuffle them like all to get 300 total. Throw that all into meta. Give it a significant budget enough to learn properly, and then wait for the platform to figure it out. It'll find and scale the winners. Kill. You're done. Like, amazing. As long as you're tracking everything, you're getting the right LTGP to CAC. Potentially add upsells quickly, depending on what your lifetime or what your gross profit is within the first 30 days. That's, all good and dandy. I would say now that I've got a good theoretical foundation of paid ads. I think I still would like to get some technical understanding of Google ads, because that wasn't directly referenced. This was more like philosophical, theoretical stuff, foundational stuff, rather than actual technicalities of like Google ads. So quickly, what I'll just do is I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll say, I'm just not even gonna mess around. I'll say, what is the highest ROI resource for learning the technicalities of Google ads? Serious about master performance and ROI is a mix of structured and active experimentation. Well, we're actively experimenting. Google Skill Shop. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, basically make Academy. Google Ads. There it is. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. Let's just fucking run through these fucking shits. Like, Google's obviously got to be giving us good information. Like, they want us to succeed. Like, they're going to be teaching us good shit. So, Google Skill Shop it is. I think tomorrow we'll start Google Skill Shop on Google Ads, and we'll just learn as we go. Stop putting it off, being like, well, some of this isn't really that important and blah, blah, blah. We'll figure that out as we go. So, paid ads section of Hormozi's book, complete. We spent about 25 hours getting through, not 25 hours, about 12 and a half hours over the past 3.5 weeks, covering paid ads part 1 and 2 in the book, and then paid ads part 1 and 2 in the acquisition.com training videos. And so, rounding it out, that was about, how many pages was this? So there's paid ads part 1. There's paid ads part 2. Okay. So that was about 30 pages. 30 pages of the 270 in this book. So yeah, if I really want, I think Hormozi's books, I will say, the 3 books he's written, well, I haven't actually, the third one's not out yet. Wow, that was only 10% of this book, really. A little over 10%. That took 12 and a half hours, so this book could realistically take 120 hours to really dive into everything that deeply. Right now, we probably don't need this anymore. This is extremely high value, but we know things we can do and apply and improve on right now. But eventually, I'd like to be able to probably move through this entire book, $100 million offers, and $100 million money models, all with this level of intensity and active recall and thoroughness. So that's hundreds of hours of studying potentially. But for modern social media marketing businesses, internet businesses, the future of entrepreneurship, like these are the holy grail, I would say, the Rosetta Stone. But as I said, I'd like to get more technical skills for Google. So maybe we'll start that tomorrow. Maybe not. Maybe instead I'll use that time to actually implement some of this stuff into the businesses I'm working on right now. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll let this sit and we'll come back tomorrow with a fresh mind. Talk to you later. See ya.